listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, 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 hello. Long time no chat. It's been a while, guys. How have you been? Let me tell you something. Life has been lifing over this way. So good to see you. Nice to hear from you. And thank you for watching, whether it's the replay or the recording. We appreciate you. Just keep in mind, you're going to have more comments and content coming from over here this way. We're working on some new criteria, so we just appreciate your view. So let's get into it. I won't be here long. If you pay attention, I posted about the recent celebrity gossip news. You guys knows what's buzzing around in the social media streets, publicity streets, public streets of the celebrity world. Let's talk about it. Let's see here. I, for one, have my opinion, and I have so many others, have their opinion as well. And that's what it is. It's just our opinion. It doesn't make us right. It doesn't make us wrong. But what was said, let's talk about that. So we know Miss Kiki, the beautiful Miss Kiki Lauren Palmer, has just recently been introduced to motherhood. I think her baby is around 6 months old now, so congratulations to you, Kiki. And let's talk about it. She's been in this forefront of her career. She's been in it for 20 years. Mind you, she started as a young girl. She has mastered her craft. She has developed her craft. She is what we used to call a triple threat. I don't know if they still call it that, but she's most definitely a triple threat. And she is out here embracing her beautiful motherhood. She's embracing the beautiful body that she has postpartum. A lot of us go through postpartum and we don't get that snatch back. Some of them do get the snatch back, but she's beautiful as ever, having a good night out in her Givenchy attire and in Las Vegas at a concert and got serenaded by the one and only Usher. And so let's talk about it. Is she married? Mm-mm. Crickets and tumbleweed. Okay, anyway, I'll get to it. So she is out there enjoying herself, having a moment out, a moment's break from motherhood just to live and breathe a little bit. That's all she was doing. And it modest for the most part. Um, it wasn't too much. It was okay. But is it something I would wear if I had the body? Probably not. I'm a little bit older. But you embrace what God gave you, what the Lord gave you, just accentuate the positive. Eliminate the negative and accentuate the positive. So, of course, she was out there beautiful as ever in her opaque sheer Givenchy. A little bit of the buttocks was out. And we all know the comments that backlash came from BD about your mom. Okay, well, some may agree, some may disagree with the comment that was made, but let's talk about it. First of all, she's beautiful. Yes, she's a representation of you. She's a representation of that baby. She's representing herself. She represents a lot of women who sometimes don't have the confidence to come out and say, hey, this is me. This is what I look like post baby. It is what it is. And so to walk in that confidence and go out and have a beautiful time and then give a snippet of more of her talent on stage with Usher was monumental, to say the least. So let's talk about that. But then she got shamed. I would have to say If they're willing to do that, and when I say they, we know who we're talking about. If they're willing to do that to you from a platform to shame you publicly, what are you like behind closed doors? Or is that your character behind closed doors? I'm just going to be transparent for a moment. When you have moments of, and I'm just speak for myself, when you have moments when you're tired or you're just going through certain things, I know this is totally off subject. And it's like sometimes you don't think clearly. I had a moment where I kind of pushed back a little bit. And it actually happened recently. It happened recently. And the beautiful, oh goodness, my boy, my beautiful hubby, he was so calm and disregarded everything I was saying, didn't respond. I was upset, and he just kind of waited, spoke very lightly. And when he redirected that energy, it was like, oh, I could have taken him to a space where he used to be at, where he was brought out of because of my comment. And it was something very simple, something that could have waited, something that I didn't even have to say. But because he gave me the grace, hey, I know that's not your normal character. I know you got a lot going on right now. You just can't do that again. And that's how it was handled in love. But on the flip side of the coin, that could have been totally different and handled totally different. But when you're married, it's gracious enough to be handled in love. So, of course, I came back and apologized because no, that wasn't my character. But back to Kiki. My dog is not letting me be great, but it's okay. So, back to Kiki. And I think his name is Darius. The clapback that he is going to get or has gotten, not just from the public's eye, but from her personal life and the private life and the people that love her and surround her with that love, what he is going to catch. He's going to catch like those verbal hands, not those physical hands. Because we love Kiki. They love Kiki. And it's like, that's the best you could do to shame her. That's why would you shame her? Did you not see her? Did she not send you pics? Hey babe, look at me, or wait till you see what I got on. And even still, if you weren't comfortable with it, there's a way to handle it. There's a way to address her. It's called in private, not publicly. So I know some people may say, hey, you don't have no business. Of course, it's just an opinion. It is my opinion. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just my opinion. Is it, like I said, is it something I would wear? I'd probably wear a little more modest because of my age. I'm almost 20 years her elder. So think about it. But based on my age, I would probably, if I were something opaque or sheer, I would have maybe like some type of bodysuit or um, sheer silhouette of maybe a mini dress underneath, strapless dress or strap dress, for the layering part. I wouldn't have my cheeks out, but definitely would have a little black dress on underneath that opaque piece. Most definitely. We can accentuate our positive different ways, but to each their own. Is it something to counsel her on? Absolutely not. But let's talk about it. Like my post said, Gabby did it just a couple weeks ago. And I love the way she said it to the media. They were taking pictures. She had this beautiful dress on, and not a dress, but it was a bodysuit, and she had it draped, a cape. And when she turned around, all of the goods were out. And she politely told the paparazzis and the photographers there's more where that came from. She was like, you see me coming, and when you see me going, there's more to me. And paraphrasing, I can't say exact words how she said it, but in paraphrasing. But did anybody come for her? Did anybody hear her husband say anything negative? Even if he didn't like it, you know what his comment was? From my understanding was she comes home to me. That's my wife. So in short, if you really had a problem, Mr. Darius, put a ring on it. But in this day and age, I have to tell you, chances are not likely that will happen now because you showed your hand. You showed your hand of how your behavior is. You showed your hand how your reaction is. I mean, do you want her to wear the I don't know what you want her to wear when I think about it. Do you want to wear the nun attire or the sister attire? I mean, you want her dressed to her ankles? Do you want the turtleneck in the summertime? I mean, what are you looking for? She's Kiki. I'm just saying. Most often, celebrities wear more revealing things in certain arenas, whether it's a red carpet event, whether they're showcasing a designer gown. In this case, she had Givenchy on. So in this case, what if someone wanted her to wear their gown to showcase on the red carpet or the runway? Is that going to be your same response every time? So you're basically lightweight canceling her on your own. But back to what I was going to say. So if you felt a certain type of way, put a ring on it. That doesn't give you ownership, that makes you partners. And sometimes you have to compromise as partners. We've talked about this before in Love Chat. Sometimes you compromise as partners. And when you compromise as partners, it's a give and take a little bit. Well, I don't like this, but can you do this? Well, if I do this, then y'all need you to do that. Things that you can agree upon. But my point is, if you were planning on marrying her, she's probably pondering right now, like, my choices. Is this the right one for me? If this is how you are now, what if I take on more passionate, and intimate, mature roles? Can you handle that portion of me in that arena? Can you handle me in that space with other actors? Are you secure enough in this relationship that I won't catch it every time I do something? I won't catch it every time I accept a, an acting assignment. Am I gonna go through this every time I walk out the door with you? So if Miss Lauren is pondering anything, she's probably pondering her choices right now. And if she gives you the grace to extend the olive branch, say, hey, maybe you didn't mean it quite this way. I'm gonna give you a second chance. You better count your lucky stars because she's beautiful. She could choose any one person in this world, yet she chose you, and that's what you do. I know someone will say, "Oh, she wrong, she wrong." But when you go out with your girls, don't you wear something a little more form fitting and hip hugging and you know, sometimes we do. Me personally, maybe I won't do that. If I had the body for it, maybe I would in certain ways accentuate certain things about me on my body or whatever. Just think about it. I think that was horrible how he treated her, but we love her. The world loves her, and they came to her defense. And some may agree with you, and some may not agree with you. It's all a matter of our opinion. But we know a lot of people came for her defense. But like I said before, Gabby did the same thing. But we didn't hear her husband out here embarrassing her. We didn't hear about her spouse. We didn't hear about Dwayne coming out here because they're partners. When he stated how they both give 100%, that's beautiful because regardless of what portion they're bringing to the table, they do it together 100%. So things like that don't happen. So my advice to you in the future, should you have a problem, do it in private. I'm going to tell you from experience, do it in private. Because what happened with me and my spouse could have went left. But because he gave the grace, like, I know this isn't your normal character. We're just going to chalk it up. That's a win when you have a partner. Sir, you have yet to get there. And I hope she loves you enough to give you some forgiveness. Because the world won't forgive you as fast as she will. Keep that in mind. Because that's going to be forever the memory of you. Regardless of how she praises you and has praised you as a partner, as a father, as a friend, how much she loved you and how easygoing and everything. If you knew the beautiful things she said about you, you discredited every word she said positive about you in that one tweet, in that one post. And then to say, those who understand will get it. I'm a little nobody to you. That's fine. But I'm somebody to someone else. And this is just my opinion. She had you on high praise, sir. And you did nothing but tear her apart. But guess what? Those out here love her enough, will build her back up and put her back together. Keep that in mind. She will always rise above. She's talented. She's beautiful. She's resilient. She's going to be there. And she wants to take you with you. She wants to take you with her on that journey. I think you should think about your words and your actions before you act, before you speak and react. Again, there's a time and place for everything. That's just my take on it. She's beautiful, embracing postpartum body, and she's giving, most definitely. Kudos to you, Kiki. You look beautiful. And to the ladies that struggle, you're still beautiful. You're beautiful, inside and out, and don't you ever forget it. That's all I have, you guys. I said it's going to be brief. We just want to recap on that. And thank you for giving me your time. And until next time, it's just me, Shauna D. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next week.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.